I apply a little bit of pressure here so it gets a chance to dry where I want it to go. So this is a fairly simple process. Glue, this is just normal woodworking glue.
Not tomato sauce.
Not tomato sauce in this case.
Or ketchup.
Or ketchup, whichever country you're in.
Is it the same thing?
I think it's supposed to be the same thing, isn't it?
They've both got tomatoes in them.
They do both have tomatoes in them. So we've kind of massaged that into the crack.
Wood glue.
Yeah, and with old instruments like this, or anything, old furniture, all that kind of stuff, before you position it in the final position type of thing, this wood is very thirsty. So I like to let the glue sit there a bit and kind of suck into the timber. So rather than kind of putting it on, clamping it straight away, and then squeezing the glue back out of the joint.
Yeah, that's right.
You let it sit there and suck into the timber a bit, so that when you do put the tape on to stabilize it or whatever, there is still glue there. Because if you put the glue on and clamp it, and then the wood is so dry, it then sucks the glue out of the crack again. So you're not getting the best glue joint that you can.
Yeah, you don't have as much contact.
Well, that's right. Then you're just starving the glue joint because the timber is so dry. So you can see here, I'm just gently opening the crack a little bit and then massaging the glue back in, making sure that the timber gets a chance to really drink in that sweet nectar, which we call wood glue. So I'm not talking hours here. I'm just going to let that, suck in for a little bit. Then I'll wipe off the excess, and I'll just basically put some masking tape to keep the joint together while it's drying. So we'll do that in a minute. You can stop it now. Okay. So you can see the glue has had a bit of a chance to suck in now. I'm just going to wipe off some of the excess.
It's only been a few minutes.
It's just a rag with a bit of water on it. Just taking off the excess. Do the same on this side. And there's still glue in the joint there now, because you can see when I push it together, it's bleeding a little bit. That's what we want, so that's good. So I'm going to put the tape on. So I'm just drawing this back so the tape will stick.
And is this just standard wood glue?
Yeah, PVA.
Just PVA, it's no special guitar lithia glue going on here?
Not in this case, no. I might choose, I don't actually have any at the moment, but I can get some. I might choose to reassemble it with hoof glue or hide glue. This is not something that you would ever want to take apart again, so you don't need to use hoof glue here. The whole idea with using the animal glues, the hoof and the hide glue, is that with a little bit of a heat you can open it back up again, which means you can then conduct further repairs and things like that. Of course, like when you glue a fretboard on, if you ever need to take the fretboard off, it's really good if you have the opportunity to actually, I might need an extra hand here.
Yep.
So if you just push against there, I just want to put a little bit of pressure on this crack by pushing it together.
In this direction.
Push towards my hand a little bit, and then we'll just stick that down. Okay. Like that.
So if in doubt, add clamps.
Well, that's right, yes. So, as I said before, what I want to do here, where did it go? There it is. I'm going to put a little bit more glue on the back here, just to massage that into the crack again. It doesn't really matter if there's a little bit of excess glue, because this is the inside. So, just make sure that crack is nicely filled with glue. Now this one here, because of that quite a large gap there, I want to maybe put a bit of pressure on that one, so that when we come to glue this on, it's not changing the shape too much. I'll put a little bit more glue on the inside there again. I'm going to put a clamp there.
If in doubt, add a clamp.
Yeah, I'm going to take some of the excess glue off. simply because it serves no purpose. If it's not near or in the glue join, in the crack, the glue really doesn't do anything, so there's no point having it there. You can see here again, it's like
Is it absorbed?
yeah, it's like it's opened up a little bit, so I'm gonna just...
Yeah. Kind of overflowing, then you know you haven't really got any air bubbles or...
Yeah. I'm also just gonna put something underneath here, just the weight of that top against that clamp.
Gives enough pressure.
Gives enough pressure to close that gap up. So I'm just gonna put a little clamp just across the crack there, so that it dries flat and we don't have a step in it. Yeah. So now, just to inspect, that looks pretty good. The glue is in there, it's not starving out too much. You see there's a bit of glue on the clamp there, but that's okay. I'm gonna sand this around the edge before I reassemble it anyway. So I'm not concerned about that. This one's looking quite good now. It's got, the glue is staying there, so it's not disappearing and starving away. So that's all we're doing tonight. Tomorrow I'll be back in here all excited for the next day.
Yay.
And as I said, we'll sand off or clean off a lot of the old glue. We don't have to take it off completely, but just take off anything which is loose. And then start the process of gluing the top back on, and largely that's going to be just a question of smearing glue and putting tape all the way around. So this repair job that we're doing here requires next to no tools. You'll notice so far all we've used is a couple of clamps, a broken kitchen knife, tube of glue, a roll of sticky tape and a little rag. So I can't see anything in this job which is going to require luthiers' tools.
No, there's no expensive specialty tools or...
No, that's right. I mean, clamps cost a little bit, but I mean, most workshops have a couple of clamps kicking around. Yeah, so this is going to be... I'm excited. It's going to be great. Catch you tomorrow.